The Aqueous CL system is an all-in-one cytometer that's easy to use and minimizes your hands-on work. There are 4 main steps in running the Aqueous system: startup, quality control, testing patient samples, and shutdown. Startup gets the instrument ready. Quality control verifies the performance of the instrument before analyzing patient samples. And finally, shutdown happens after patient testing is complete. This video is the first of 5 in the Basic Operator series. The 3 main components of the Aqueous CL system are the cytometer, the workstation, and the supply cart. We'll be covering Aqueous startup in detail. To start up Aqueous, power on the 3 components: the workstation, the system, and the supply cart. The order in which you turn on the 3 components does not matter. Next, check the fluid levels in the cleaning agent, sheath, and waste containers on the supply cart. Replace these containers as needed for your daily run. Once the workstation has powered up, select the Aqueous user icon to log on to your Windows 7 workstation. For the password, enter AQUSER in all lowercase letters. Once you've logged on, double-click the Aqueous icon on the desktop to get the Aqueous software login screen. Use the username admin with a capital A and password admin all lowercase. Select the Login button to launch the Aqueous software. Note, if this isn't the first time that you're running your instrument, your administrator may have already reset the username and password, so you'll need to obtain those as necessary. Sodium hypochlorite is used to clean the system. Add at least 2 milliliters to a 12 by 75 millimeter tube and place the tube in the designated position next to the deep well plate holder. To lyse red blood cells, the system uses the Aqueous Lyse reagent kit. Remove each bottle's hard plastic cap and place the bottle in the designated holders. Make sure all barcodes are facing out so that they can be read by the barcode reader. Monoclonal antibody vials ship with a solid plastic cap to prevent leakage in transit. You'll need to replace the solid plastic caps with pierceable caps. These caps prevent evaporation and protect the reagent from light, but permit access by the probe. You don't need to replace the solid caps to store the antibodies in the refrigerator, so you don't need to keep the solid plastic caps. You can place up to 10 monoclonal antibody vials in the reagent carousel. Each vial is labeled with a barcode on the bottom. Openings at the bottom of the reagent carousel permit the barcode reader to read the barcodes. To load the reagent carousel on the instrument, line up the notch on the bottom of the carousel with the peg on the carousel holder. Make sure that the reagent carousel is completely seated. The instrument may still run with an incorrectly positioned carousel, but the probe will be damaged when it hits hard plastic instead of a pierceable cap. Samples are incubated, mixed, and lysed in the Aqueous deep well plate. To load the plate, align the plate's A1 well with the notched edge as indicated by the A1 indicator on the plate holder. Remember to keep the barcode facing outward so that it can be read by the barcode reader. Now that your reagents and supplies are in place, it's time to close the reagent door and perform the system startup. To perform the system startup, go to the main Aqueous desktop and select Start. You'll be asked to confirm that the solid plastic caps have been replaced. Select Continue to proceed. Once startup is complete, the Start identifier changes to Stop. Startup takes approximately 7 minutes. At the end of startup, the system will scan the reagent and deep well plate barcodes and check them against previous barcode scans. Replace these containers as needed for your daily run. This allows the system to keep track of the following: reagent name, reagent lot number, reagent expiration date, date the reagent was first put into use, the number of hours on board, the number of tests remaining in reagent vials or bottles and whether these are sufficient reagents on board for the tests ordered, and the number and location of available wells on the deep well plate, and again, whether there are sufficient available wells for the tests ordered. The sample probe indicator light provides a visual indicator of the position of the sample probe and the state of the probe. The indicator light has 4 states. Green, the stat position is available to process a new sample immediately. Blue, the system is busy processing samples. Orange, the system is busy processing samples, but there is a pending request. And red, a system error has occurred or the system is not available to process samples. The autoloader indicator light has 3 states. Green, indicating that the autoloader is available for loading new samples. Orange, indicating that the autoloader has at least 1 cassette to process. And red, the autoloader is unavailable to process any cassettes. Once the startup is complete, you have to select Open Reagent Door from the software and wait for the prompts to open. There are 3 main doors on the main system: the single tube door, the reagent door, and the cleaning agent door. The single tube door is used to execute a stat request and to load a sample on the single tube loader. The reagent door is used to access the onboard reagents such as the monoclonal antibodies, the lytic reagents, the deep well plate, the sodium hypochlorite tube, and any additional application-specific reagents. The third door is the cleaning agent door and is used to access the enzymatic cleaner. This completes our review of the Aqueous CL startup process, but before we go, here's a tip about the reagent screen. Every time you open and close the door, the instrument will scan all of the barcodes to see if you've made any changes. Aqueous then updates its files accordingly, and you'll be able to see the new information on the reagent screen. Thanks for watching. The next video in the Basic Operator series explains Aqueous CL quality control.